So I'm in Curse City, I'm in Cintranos. I'm like, okay, Tainted Fyro, who are people using? So I'm looking for a little inspiration here, right? I go to the global rankings and I'm like, forget it. What is this? It's Newt on Newt on Newt on Newt. It's the Newt. Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video. I'm glad to have you all here, taking a little bit of valuable time out of your day, chilling with me. What could be better? What could be better, guys?
There are plenty of other fun things we could do.
You have actually a lot of comments about one particular topic that I've actually never made here in 5 years covering Raid Shadow Legends. I haven't made one video on this because I always assumed to myself, dude, talking about champions not to empower, it's a little bit too pay to win, even for yours truly.
Are you like a rich miser or something?
A lot of people don't even have one copy of Legendaries, let alone two. However, I've been getting more and more comments like these. I don't have him yet, no idea who he's talking about. Gnate. Nate.
Say my name again.
I got it.
G-Nate.
Makes sense if I kill you.
Can you do a guide on legendary champions that you will build 2 or more of? And then this one I got the other day. Can you make a video on champions that we should max out multiple copies as a free-to-play or low spender for those who only have a few legendaries and barely any legendaries in their faction guardians? For example, I pulled a second Pythion. Should I empower the first one, or is it better to keep them in faction guardian bonus? If I keep them both, should I max out one, or is one good enough? These are actually really good questions, right? And we've never spoken about this on the channel. So without further ado, let's get into it. So he was absolutely right? Personally, I've always been in favor of working on my faction guardians before even entertaining the idea of empowering any champion in the game, right? But first, today's video is brought to you by Watcher of Realms, who I have a brand new hero, brand new summons to tell you guys about in today's video. I am so in love with this game. I'm covering it on my second YouTube channel, Ash Watcher of Realms. We just hit 12,000 subscribers, guys. Tons of content. I invite you guys to join me in my Watcher of Realms journey. The download link obviously will be in the pinned comment and in the top line of the description of this video. Make sure you go ahead and use my download link. Check out my YouTube channel. It will be there as well. Now, right now in the background here, I'm actually working on my Guild Boss team. A lot of the familiar kind of elements that we love in Raid Shadow Legends and Watcher of Realms, but I'm happy to say a lot of quality of life improvements that you will be a fan of, right? Resources are more plentiful in this game. It's easier to get your hands on some of the more scarce champions in this game. There's only 190, 200, but they're releasing more super compelling heroes every single week. And I want to tell you about this week's heroes. But first, quality of life wise, free gear removal, free gear swapping, it really actually has massive strategic ramifications on how we play this game. Because when we're trying to clear content in Watcher of Realms, it's so nice just to swap all our gear, all our best gear, onto the champions we're trying to focus on to clear said content. That's just one of the many quality of life differences. I have a lot of videos out there talking about others as well for you guys to check out. But let me tell you about the new stuff going on this week. So that's right, like I alluded to at the top of the video, guys, we have Demi, a brand new hero in the game, and she looks pretty dang good. We have a special banner event going on right now. Perfect time to go ahead and download the game. Again, pinned comment and the link at the top of the description. Let me tell you a little bit more. That's right, guys. Get your hands on Demi, a nice 10x rate up. And again, 10x actually means something in this game, right? It's not a super watered down champion pool. Also, there is a brand new boss, Immortal Codex, new boss, Hellfire Emperor, for you guys to go ahead and strategize around and check out as well. There's never been a better time to go ahead and check out Watcher of Realms. And right now, guys, what are you waiting for? Join me on my journey. You'll see the channel link down there. Did I mention that as well? And a massive shout out to Watcher of Realms for sponsoring today's video. I mean, getting these stat bonuses it's freaking huge, right? Especially when you can get to the plus 10 speed. So I would always prioritize, again, just my own preference, I would always prioritize going for the faction guardians, right? These are permanent stat bonuses that apply to everywhere inside the game. It's big, right? Especially when you start parlaying these stat bonuses with the stat bonuses from your Great Hall and other areas of the game, your Advanced Great Hall or whatever the heck it's called, and so on and so forth, right? So I would always focus, especially for free-to-plays out there.
You never think about me anymore?
Maybe with very few exceptions, I would always focus on faction guardians first. I think that's kind of best practices. Let me know if you disagree with that. The exceptions might be if I pulled like even as a free to play, right? And I didn't have my faction guardians done, and I pulled just like an absolute monster, like, you know, I don't know, a Harima or something that I'm leaning on so heavily in the arena, and I really want that stat bonus. But even then, now that I say it out loud, I think Faction Guardians is the way to go. However, I do have 15 legendary champions for you guys today that even if you have your Faction Guardians full, that I would never empower. And I have empowered some of these, and I regretted it big time.
I mean, can't you let it pass this one time?
So you're going to notice a theme in today's video, right? It's going to be champions that we want 2 of. So what kind of champions do we want 2 of? Well, Hydra Beasts, right? Because there's 3 Hydra Clan Boss teams. So I've selected my favorite Hydra Clan Boss beasts. Also, speed farming, poisony type champions, right? Let's just start with one of them. Calvalax. I don't even have one Calvalax. Womp womp. He's still my most wanted, non-void, non-mythical champion in the game. But Calvalax, I mean, like, places 4 poisons on all enemies for 2 turns at the start of each round. What's better than 4 poisons on all enemies that start for 2 turns at the start of each round? How about 8 poisons, you know? Because 2 Calvalaxes, right? So I personally, I don't see the benefit. I mean, there is a benefit, obviously, to empowering a Calvalax, but I'd rather build 2 and run them on the same exact team, okay? So Calvalax, number 1. It's obvious, but, you know, he definitely makes the list for that reason. Another one right here is Theodore the Savant. I would never empower Theodore the Savant, because what's better than 1 Theodore? 2 Theodore the Savants on the same team.
Damn clever, if you ask me. The classic.
I have 3 Theodore the Savants on my account. Dirty Pay to Win, Kraken Whale.
There are only 2 ways to answer it, guilty or not guilty.
Guilty as charged. But I didn't empower any of them. They're all built. And this goes with all these champions, by the way. All 15 that I mentioned, I would build all of them, right? It's not just for Faction Guardians, like one's just sitting there at whatever level 50. I would build them all. I'm not sure it would be my top priority, but they're all gonna be worth it. Trust me. For Hydra or for speed runs in the case of Theodore. I mean, this guy's amazing. You can run 2, you can run 3, you can run 4 of them on the same team, right? They're placing poisons and they're instantly activating said poisons, right? So obviously you can kind of go one way with one Theodore, activate with the other Theodore. You can load up everybody with poisons, and then you can start activating them all at the same time. It's amazing, all right? So there's some obvious ones. There's one champion on my list. By the way, these are not the definitive 15. There's probably a lot more, right? Because a lot of it depends on what you need and where you are in your account, right? And if you're focused primarily on PvP, those are the type of champions that I would err on the side of empowering, assuming you had your Faction Guardians finished, right? Just getting more out of your PvP champions, because that's really the area of the game more than anything else, maybe with the exception of Hydra, with Hydra Clash, they really want to min-max your champions, right? Anyway, personally, this is the only kind of cheeky one on the list, I would say. Hegemon. I would not empower Hegemon because there's something really fun about the double Hegemon whammy. Boom, boom! Both Hegemons will always go first on your team, and you can build like this Nukemon tandem with these 2, right? So I personally would not empower a Hegemon. However, you know, it's probably the cheekiest on the list just because it's so fun, because it always goes first. So if 2 of them will always go first, you got 2 50% chances to put all block active skills on everybody at the beginning of the turn, and to do a lot of damage. If you don't kill them, hopefully you can lock them out, right? Let's get to the rest here. I want to start talking about a different category, right? A different category of champion, and that is going to be the reset ability champions, right? I would absolutely build multiple Kymars, and we'll talk about the other one in just a moment here, because resetting the cooldowns of all ally skills, well, you know, he can do it on the 2nd wave, but you're going to need another Prince Kymar to do it on speed runs on the 3rd wave. Whether you're running a Xavia or an Eleanor Poison Combust team, or any type of Poison Combust team, or whether you're running a Seer team, a Seer activation, you're going to need 2 resets, 2 of them, right, in order to efficiently optimize your speed runs. So that's why instead of empowering your Prince Kymar, you go ahead and you build 2. The nice thing is, too, another whole utility of 2 built champions that you can take advantage of with any champion in the game is just saving yourself silver. Silver's in, you know, it's hard to get your hands on silver nowadays. Have you heard? Have you heard the news?
Sad. news for sure.
Having two builds will save you silver, right? So I know a lot of people who have an arena build on Kymar with sky high 600, 700 plus accuracy and a lot of speed, and another one that's kind of more modestly built for just, you know, speed tuning with a seer activation team, for example. So the other one that we talk about is obviously going to be Yumeko, right? For the same reason as Kymar. Having two Yumekos or even one Yumeko and one Kymar, you get the double reset and you can really just speed through, plow through those 3 waves in content. And again, you can also build them for different areas of the game. You might be running a speed tuned-ish team with a Trunda or something like that in Hydra, and you might want one Yumeko for that, and another Yumeko for the arena. It said, I've even seen people build slow build Kymars or slow build Yumekos. That way, they're coming in purposefully after your team in the arena even have used all their abilities, and then you reset the abilities, right? So there's a lot of different things that you can do. So definitely Kymar and Yumeko you want to build 2 of. Hey, we're here anyway. Michinaki. Oh, this guy is amazing. I have a massive crush on this little green gobbo here, or whatever he is. Skeleton, armored skeleton, samurai skeleton warrior. I don't know. I love the green goo though. He's one of my favorite Hydra Clan Boss champions inside the entire game. If you have him, you know what the heck I'm talking about. He's defensive based. He's easy to keep alive. He's always coming in with the A1 with the HP burn, because on the passive, whenever an ally attacks an enemy under Hex, he's got a 50% chance to join in, place a burn, do some more damage, land your War Master, whatever, right? And he just deals so much. He has 2 AoEs. He deals so much damage. Both AoEs are on a 3-turn cooldown. He brings a decreased defense. He brings a decreased attack. He brings a Hex. He removes all their buffs. I mean, he has a defense in all battles aura. What more do you want from a champion in this game?
You love me. You really love me. Stop it.
I have 2 Michinakis built, and hell, I wish I had 3, because I'd use them on all 3. Actually, I probably wouldn't, because I have another one that we'll talk about next. But Michinaki's amazing, right? So I would absolutely not empower Michinaki because you can use them in all of your teams, right? Let's go to my second favorite provoker in the game for Hydra Clan Boss, and it is Molly Tankard. Now, if you're using Molly exclusively in the arena, sure, you can empower her, but why are you using her exclusively in the arena with Polymorph and with Stoneskin? Switch her to Hydra, man. She's one of the best Hydra clan, in my opinion. I've been saying this for a while. She's one of the best Hydra Clan Boss champions in the game. I think she's unbelievably underrated. Not only does she have a 50% shot at placing a 2-turn provoke, but she also has a revive. But most importantly, she has insane base stats, by the way. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 25% when this champion's hit by a boss. She's hit by a boss all the time. AoEs, provoke, you name it. It's just like this constant churning of 25% turn meter fill every time she gets a turn, because on a 1-turn cooldown. She's really good. She's really good. And she hits really hard with her A1. It's kind of a weird thing for a Reviver Provoker to randomly only have 1 ability that does damage, but it does a lot of damage on that A1. It's just a nice addition to an already OP kit. I empowered my Molly Tankard, and I seriously, stupidly, I wanted to say both of those words at the same time. I regret it big time, man. I love Molly. I love Molly. She's really good, especially in Hydra. Okay, let's talk about another category of champions, right? We talked about provokers. How about Acrizia? Yeah, if you get 2 Acrizias, man, she's not a PvP champion at all. There's absolutely no reason in the whole world, in my opinion, to empower Acrizia. Am I being too emphatic in my statements today? I don't know. I'm in a mood. It's late at night and I'm a little under the weather, so I apologize. But man, oh man, oh man, oh man, guys, Acrizia has an enemy max HP ability on every single move in her kit. She's one of the easiest champions to build too, because if the target's max HP is more than double this champion's max HP, this champion attacks will deal damage based on the target's max HP instead of her own attack. So it's basically like all out enemy max HP and HP. She got shield, she got sustainability, she got enemy max. She's amazing. You use her on every Hydra Clan Boss team. You use 3 of her on the same team against half the bosses in the game. I mean, no brainer. While we're here talking about OP dwarves that you should never empower, let's talk about Newt, the man, the myth, the legend, the Newt. I love this dude, man. Mr. Nut, as they say. I mean, he's like what, one of the best Fire Knight champions in the game. Fire Knight hard, Fire Knight normal, but he's really just he has the best damage dealing ability inside the entire game of Raid Shadow Legends against bosses, bar none. Because even though Acrisia over time can out damage him, if you're looking for one big shot, look no further than Blessed Bash, right? And if you got your double Kymars, just keep resetting them, right? It's a triple header enemy max HP. You know, what's better than 1 nut? 2 nuts.
Time to nut up or shut up.
What's better than 1 newt? 2 newts. For the same reason as Acrisia, really, guys, right? I mean, he's unbelievable. All right, and we want, again, just like Acrisia, not only can we run him like Hydra areas like that, but we can run 2 or 3 or 4 newts in the same team in a lot of areas. Check this out, guys. I saw this, a little side tangent here. I'm always good for 1 or 2 or 10 in the per video, right? Sorry, I have a video rendering in the background, so my game is running very slow. Don't hold it against Plarium Play. Nothing against BlueStacks, but why are you playing on BlueStacks? Plarium Play, I feel like, is a lot smoother, personally.
It's a contract that there is no contract.
No offense, BlueStacks. Sorry. So I'm in Curse City. I'm in Cintranos. I'm in Soulcross, right? I'm looking for a little inspiration, a little inspiration on this particular stage, right? So I'm like, okay, I do what we all do. I'm like, okay, Tainted Fyro, who are people using? What are the best players using? What are the best teams using? So I'm looking for a little inspiration here, right? I go to the global rankings, and I'm like, forget it. What is this? It's Newt on Newt on Newt on Newt. It's the Newt show. It's a Newt party. That's all we got. It's just Newts here.
This battle was over before it began.
Come on. These guys put the meaning of this video exemplified in one screen. Yeah, you can build 4 newts. It's all Newt all the time. It's 24/7 Newt programming here. So yeah, it just goes to show you that, yeah, Newt certainly deserves a spot on the list. All right, guys, I promise we're almost at the end of this one. It's been a slog. I know. Let's get through it here together, guys. We got this. Tuanarok. Again, for obvious reasons, she's the queen of Hydra cleansing, right? I mean, what's the easiest way to get the True Fears off of your squad? Tuanarok, right? Doom Priest can do it, and Doom Priest is great. I love Doom Priest. She got the heals. It's fantastic. But what else does Tuanarok have? Well, great speed, survivability, the whole 9. She also brings increased speed, increased defense on a 3-turn cooldown. She also brings decreased attack and block buffs with a debuff spread, ergo on every Hydra head, you know? If you're lucky, right? For obvious reasons, she is my go-to cleanser. She got decreased speed. She got continuous heals, even on her A1. She's my go-to cleanser, supporter, debuffer, you name it for Hydra Clan Boss. I actually have, because again, I'm a dirty pay-to-win YouTuber.
Shut up, Happy.
I actually have 3 Tuanaroks. Very lucky. And I did not make the Molly Tankard mistake. I did not empower any of them, and I use all of them on all my Hydra Clan Boss teams. Well, take that back. The 3rd team, I've kind of reworked a little bit, but I still don't regret it, and I'm not going to empower her anyway. You never know when you need another one, right? This is kind of a newer addition to the team. You could probably say the same about Krisk as well, but I've chose Grazer Iron Gut. I would not empower Grazer Iron Gut. He's so good. He's got the AoE shield. He's got the AoE provoke. He's got the increased resistance, the increased defense. He's got the heals over here. He's got the unkillable when he's about to die. And he's got, most importantly, the enemy max HP, increased duration of all buffs on all allies by 1 turn. And he's healing himself as well. He can deal so much damage because of this enemy max HP on the AoE. Moreover, he can be a provoker on your team. Moreover, he can bring increased defense, and well, I just said it. You guys know. So he's so good in Hydra. Heck, you could even run 2 Grazer Iron Guts if you're lucky enough. I don't know what free-to-play is pulling 2 Grazer Iron Guts. There's probably one person out there with 1 million players in the game. But yeah, you can run them together like basically anywhere because they're that good, right? Okay, we have Let's go one step further over here to Lizard Men, right? Lizard Men. I don't have them. Is it stupid to even include Void Legendaries on this list?
And if I say yes?
Maybe. Sorry if so. But if I had one, I would build him. If I had two, I would build him. It's Saphirian. He is a reviver with an extra turn reviver with a burn and an instant activation, right? I mean, he's the best burn activator out there in the game. Well, it's hard to say, right? But he's up there, right? And he's got Fill Turn Meter. He's got a long kit. I'm not going to read the entire thing. But hey, if I was ever lucky enough to build to get two of this dude, I would do two. You could probably say the same thing, honorable mention, or maybe a non-void legendary mention about Sissia Flametongue. I would do the same thing, right? I would build two of her because, again, she's placing burns, she's activating burns, she's extending the duration of burns. Heck yeah, right? So again, Sissia Flametongue, we're talking about, this is the burner section of the video, guys. And I got one more for you. One more burner who I would not empower, and that is going to be good old Artak. You guys know how much I love Artak. If you missed the Big Papa Druck video that I did, the collab, 7-day login debate, check it out. It was one of my most fun videos that I've done in recent memory. Artak, you can put him in a curse set. You can put one in a curse set, one in Relentless. You can put him on the same team. You can use him on different teams. You can put him in both stun sets. There's so many Curse City areas where you can use Artak in. Artak in Curse City, I don't know what it is, but there's so many areas that you can use Artak. So like, what's better than one Artak? Two Artaks, more damage, more instant activation, more burns, more stuns if you're using him in that sort of capacity.
So why didn't you adopt him?
You can run two Artaks in Spider, you know, for the same reason as Sissia. You can place burns, activate burns, more activations. Sign me up. Hydra Clan Boss. I think Artak's great Hydra Clan Boss, especially in a curse set. You can have Hydra Clan Boss, curse set, Artak on 2 teams or 3 teams even, right? All right, we're almost done, guys. I got one more for you. One more. And of course, when we're talking Hydra, how am I ever going to forget, not Skinwalker, Ash, not Skinwalker, how am I ever going to forget the bug? Oh, Nekmothar. Arguably, again, one of the top tier Hydra Clan Boss champions in the game. He's got speed in all battles. He's got filling his turn meter by 5% every time a debuff on an enemy is removed. What? That Rune of Haste passive is so crazy. The amount of turn meter fill you get from this. Every time a debuff on an enemy is removed, transferred, or expires, on all the with no cooldown on every Hydra clan head. This dude just doesn't stop going. He's like one of the fastest champions in the game. He's got increased speed, turn meter fill on everybody by 30%, and then an extra turn. Then he's got decreased speed. So not only is he increasing all our speed, but he's decreasing everybody else's speed at the same time. He's got a leech. He's got a decreased attack on his A1, another AoE. Oh, that little bug. I'm so lucky enough to have one bug. If I had 2 of these Nekmothars on my account, I would be building 2. If I had 3, I'd be building 3. I might empower after 3, though. Guys, those are my 15 legendary champions you should never empower, in my opinion. What about you guys? I'm sure I left plenty out. Let me know if there's a legendary that you chose not to empower, not just because of Faction Guardians, but because you really utilized 2 of them. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below. Much love before my voice totally goes out. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.